Hello, I'm Muskan. I'll be running the orientation for Tirthan Batch 7. I'll be sharing my screen and first we'll be going through the information docket for Batch Tirthan, post which we'll be discussing the packing list. If you have any queries, we can do that post we refer to the documents. I hope my screen is visible. Okay, the kids have registered for Tirthan Batch 7, which is for 12 to 14-year-olds. This program is happening from May 16 to 24th. First, I'll brief you up about our company. We have been running camps for the past 30 years. Tirthan is one of our most loved programs for this age group. It is an introduction to water-based activities where kids get familiarized to rivercraft and river-based activities. We are running 15 batches of Tirthan this year. This is what our campsite at Tirthan looks like. It is a riverside campus with a picturesque view. It is set near the Great Himalayan National Park with a riverside sitting area. There are cozy sit-outs. There are multiple spaces for bonfire and volleyball, which makes it one of our most beautiful campsites. The activities that the kids would be doing in this program are rivercraft and backpacking. I would request you to not confuse rivercraft with river rafting. I would first brief you up on rivercraft. Under rivercraft, the participants they learn how to understand river ecology and navigate through the river. The activities include an upstream river walk, which means walking along the river, as you can see in the third picture. They would be understanding what a safe and an unsafe river looks like. Usually, as people living away from the outdoors, we think uh, what the safest river is the one that is calm and peaceful, but that is actually the most unsafe one because we don't know what undercurrents lie below it. As shown in the third picture, they'll be doing river crossing using ropes, and if conditions allow, they would be doing it using sticks. The kids would be wearing life jackets and helmets throughout the activity, and they would be doing this under expert supervision. Our instructors would be present next to them throughout the duration of the activity, as you can see. There is another instructor at the other end of the river who is outside the picture view. Uh, Along with that, they would also be going to Choi waterfall where they would be doing a natural water slide if conditions allow. You can see that in the first picture. So the second activity for the program is backpacking. Backpacking is a trekking module where the kids would be learning what to pack, how to conserve energy, what are the correct trekking manners. Along with that, they would be learning how to navigate a compass, how to pitch a tent, set up a campsite, and leave no trace, which most importantly means to respect the outdoors. Under backpacking, they would be going for a 2 night backpacking expedition where they'll be pitching their tents and setting up a campsite in a meadow, and they would spend the night in the wilderness. I think we'll brief you up about it in the program flow. Coming to the program flow, the program would begin on day one at New Delhi Airport Terminal 2 bus parking area. I think we would be using Terminal 1 because Terminal 2 is shut down because of renovation. So kids from all over the country, they would be flying to Terminal 2, 1 bus parking area where we would be leaving for the campsite sharp at 6 p.m. The kids would be traveling via Volvo Benz AC buses with comfortable pushback recliner seats. We would be stopping at a predetermined location for dinner, and there would be a few other bio breaks, and then we would be reaching campsite early in the morning on day two. On day two, post reaching the campus, the kids would be divided into different groups. There would be tent allocation, uh, there would be certain a debriefing session, post which they would enjoy their lunch and leave for their first backpacking experience. So this would be a short hike on day two. On day three, they are divided into groups. So the first group goes to Choi waterfall and does the water-based activities along with the water slide, and the second group embarks on the river crossing experience where they safely cross the Tirthan River. On day 4, these groups are switched. The group that went to the waterfall now goes for river cross, and the one that went for river crossing now goes to the waterfall. Since the batch size of this program is low, there's a possibility that they are not divided into two groups, and all the kids go to waterfall on day 3, and all of them cross the river on day 4. On day 5, they uh, begin their backpacking expedition where they drive to Sharchi, which is 25 minutes away from the campsite, which is the start point of their trek. From there, they embark on a 2.5-kilometer trek to Jamala, which is an alpine meadow where they set up their campsite, pitch their own tents, set up a kitchen. They're part of the cooking team, shopping team, and they spend the night under the stars. So, in the backpacking experience, the kids would be divided into different groups where they would be doing multiple tasks. So, for example, for lunch, the task of two kids would be to collect water. The task of 2 to 3 kids would be to cook food. The task of few kids would be to set up the tents. And then again, at dinner time, the duties would shift so that everyone gets to do everything, and there's a shift of duties. On day 6, they wrap up the campsite and then they trek through the Himalayan oak and cedar forest and set up their campsite in the Himalayan meadow. This campsite is at a higher elevation. The participants again set up a campsite, pitch their own tents, and get a true feel of outdoor adventure. On day 7, after a 2-night backpacking expedition, they return to Tirthan Valley by evening, where they spend after 2 days, 2 hectic days, they stay at a homestay where a hot meal would be waiting for them. They would uh, get some respite after 2 hectic days. On day 8, they have a relaxed day. They wake up in the morning. There is a feedback session. They pack up, they bid their goodbyes, and then they post lunch they depart for New Delhi airport. On day 9, they reach the New Delhi at 6 a.m. sharp. So these are two pictures of the kids when they have gone for the night out and they're having their backpacking experience. As you can see, some kids are chopping vegetables, some are setting up. This is a tent that is set up by them. Coming to safety, most importantly, in coming to instructors, our instructors are highly trained and they're certified by prestigious institutions such as NOLS, NIM, JIM, etc. At our camp, we maintain a 1:6 adult to instructor ratio, where there's at least one female instructor in every 10 female participants. Even if there are two female participants, a female instructor would be there. Our instructors are highly trained individuals. All our vendors and suppliers, they're highly vetted before they embark on the journey. To at least two of our instructors, they would be certified in wilderness first aid and they would be first aid responders. Coming to transport, all our vehicles are thoroughly inspected for roadworthiness. We believe in this motto: we do not repair, we replace. Even if there's a slight uh, error, we replace our vehicles. Our drivers, they are briefed on speed limits, convoy protocols, and the designated breaks to give them some rest. There would be two drivers during the night journey. So if one of them feels sleepy or wants some rest, we can switch the drivers at night as well. Coming to equipment, all our equipment is of top-notch quality. It is of the highest international standard, which is the UIAA standard. None of them is of local quality. So coming to carabiners, helmet, harnesses, ropes, every equipment is of international quality and is thoroughly inspected before the program begins. Coming to medical, we have a resident doctor on camp. Other than the backpacking expedition, the doctor would be there 24/7 to take care of any minor or major incidentals. We also keep an emergency vehicle on standby at all times. So, all the medicines ranging from a Diagene to anything specialized like a nebulizer, we have that at camp with us. In case your child requires any specific medicine, such as a homeopathic medicine, we would request you send that with the kit in a pouch, label it, and send something that is not readily available can be sent with the kits. Coming to accommodation, the kids would be staying in spacious tents where 4 to 5 kids can easily fit in. These are the large tents uh, which can house 4 to 5 kids comfortably. They do not have attached washrooms. They're common washrooms at the campsite, separate for boys and girls. Boys and girls would be housed separately in tents as well. Our washrooms, they are built up toilets and baths with hot water facility and hand faucets. In the homestay as well, the washrooms would include hot running water and hot and hand faucets. Coming to meals, our uh, meals are thoroughly crafted to give some nutritional value to the kids. They would be predominantly vegetarian with 4 or 5 non-veg options that will be served to the kids throughout the duration of the program. Non-veg and veg food is prepared and kept separately. Our food is kept in a buffet style where veg food is kept in one area and non-veg food and eggs would be kept in a separate area. Jain food is also available on request. I think while filling up the form, the option was given to all parents. We encourage the kids to stay hydrated throughout the duration of the program. At the same time, we request parents not to send junk with the kids so that they can have the meals that we have curated for them and they don't munch on junk food. The kids are also encouraged to wash their own dishes and uh, we ask them the food is kept in buffet style so that the kids can take as much as they want to eat and this minimizes food wastage. Coming to travel plan, as I mentioned, we would be departing from Delhi airport at sharp 6 p.m. and we would arrive at the campsite by breakfast time, which would be 8 a.m. Uh, During the return journey as well, the kids would be leaving post lunch and they would be reaching New Delhi at 6 a.m. The journey length, the journey usually takes around 11 hours with an additional hour for the bio breaks and meal. So usually it takes around 12 hours. They travel via the Kulu region in Himachal. When they reach Ott, they shift from the AC Volvo buses to non-AC MUVs. Ott is around 1.5 kilometer away from our campus at Tirthan, and they would be shifting vehicles and reaching the campsite via the MUVs. The mode of transport, uh, as we mentioned, they would be traveling in buses and then again switching to MUVs. This is very important. Coming to expectation setting, we wish to set clear expectations about the program. This is not a luxury camp or resort. Uh, it is about living as a community, roughing it out, and embracing the nature. Communication. The parents, I think, have received a WhatsApp link to join a channel. Before the program begins, we share this link. I think you received it along with the orientation message. If you have not joined it, I would request you to follow the channel. Updates would be shared on this channel at 11 a.m. and 6 p.m. Every morning, we usually share, these are group updates that are shared about what the kids did, the activities that they did, what food they had, to give you a summary of their day. We usually try to share a group picture at 11 a.m. and at 6 p.m., we share multiple pictures of the kids. We try to share around 10 to 15 pictures so that you have some assurance from your end. These would be group pictures. They are not individual pictures of your kids, but there would be at least 1 or 2 pictures of each kid that would be shared. In case you cannot spot your kid, you can just send an SMS and we would share pictures of your child. When they would be going for the backpacking expedition, there is a possibility that there would be a slight delay in the updates if we cannot receive the pictures from the camp because there might be some connectivity issue in the wilderness. If that happens, we would send a message on the channel mentioning that the update would be delayed and would be around 8 to 9 p.m. Coming to gadgets, we have a strict no phone policy on camp. The camp is supposed to be a digital detox for the kids, and we do not allow any phones, smartwatches, AirTags on the program. Cameras can be carried, but they are the responsibility for of the kids. It is their responsibility uh, to keep it safe. We do not take any responsibility for that. We would also request the kids to not carry any expensive jewelry or items with them. Uh, because this is supposed to be an experience. They should not feel responsible for any jewelry or other items. Especially girls, I would request them, if they want, they can wear studs, but I would request them not to wear hoops because this is an outdoor program. They might get an injury if they wear hoops. Coming to fitness, this program is slightly more challenging than their usual activities. If required, they can prep a little. They can start jogging around 15 days before the program. Jogging, stretching, breaking into their shoes will help them make the journey more enjoyable. We have a zero tolerance policy for bullying and indiscipline. We do not want the experience of any one kid to get hindered because of misbehavior from anybody else's side. So we have a strict no tolerance policy towards it. Non-compliance can lead to the participant being sent back home at the expense of their parents. So we would request all kids to have fun, try to embrace the program, and not engage in any form of misbehavior. Use of substance. We do not tolerate kids any the consumption of cigarettes, alcohol, or any other contraband, and this too would lead to immediate expulsion from the program. As I mentioned, I would request all parents to not send any junk food with the kids because of two factors. If they would be having junk food, for example, chips or any other items, they would not be having the meals that we have curated for them. And this program is highly challenging, so it would be better if they have something of nutritional value. Uh, Additionally, chips and other snacks, they attract insects. So if the kids keep them inside their tents, it will attract insects and then they would face a difficulty. Pocket money, we usually take care of all needs during the program. So there is no money that is required for incidentals. However, kids that are traveling from outstation cities, they can carry minimal cash with them for meals at the airport, or if we have a mod store, if they want to buy t-shirts or anything else from the store, they can carry a minimal amount of 2 to 3,000 rupees with them. Coming to the packing list for Tirthan, the weather usually at the campsite, it ranges from 22 to 34 degree at peak daytime, and it goes down to around 15 to 24 degrees late at night. Coming to apparel, they should carry 7 to 8 t-shirts. 4 to 5 of them should be quick dry ones, preferably of dark colors because they would be doing water-based activities, and the t-shirts they usually get transparent in water, so it would be better if they carry darker shades. Four pair of shorts. Two of them should be quick dry ones. Two sweatshirts. The weather can get a little chilly at night, so it would be better if they carry two sweatshirts. And as you can see, one warm jacket is also mentioned. 7 to 8 pair of socks. One quick dry towel. They can carry one cap or sunshade. You can also send sunglasses along with that to protect them from the sunlight. Two pair night clothes, one warm jacket, one poncho or raincoat. We would request them to carry this as well as a precautionary measure in case they experience a light shower during their backpacking experience, they can wear it on top of their clothes. Coming to footwear, they need to carry one paired soled shoes in good condition. These should not be new shoes because new shoes end up giving you shoe bites. So these should be shoes that the kids have worn and are comfortable in. Uh, the sole of them should be they should be rubber soled ones, as mentioned in the picture, as you can see here. Along with that, they need to carry a hiking sandal like this that is strapped. Back in the day, this was called floaters. They also need to carry one pair aqua shoes or props. These should be closed footed. So when the kids are doing the water based activities, they would be wearing aqua shoes, especially during the river crossing activity. And if they would be closed once, it would protect their toe and toenails from getting scratches from the tiny rocks in the river. Other items, they need to carry personal toiletries such as shower gel, toothbrush, paste, sunscreen, lip balm, cold cream. Along with that, since this program is happening in the outdoors, they need to carry a mosquito repellent cream or spray, a pair of sunglasses, torch, or a headlamp. They need to carry a plastic bag for used in wet clothes. I would suggest carry 2, 3 plastic bags because uh, since this is a water-based program, they would get wet multiple times and they can keep their wet clothes in one bag and used in another. They need to carry a water bottle with a 750 milliliter to 1 liter capacity. Water bottle is fine. Sleeping bags. We usually provide sleeping bags at camp, but these are bags that have already been used by previous participants and are sanitized before the program begins. In case you want, you can carry your own sleeping bag as well. And you do not need to mention this to us if you need a sleeping bag. We would have multiple present at camp. Along with this, if the kids want, they can carry an inflatable pillow, medicines. As we had mentioned, we would have every basic medicine with us. But if your child is used to any specific medicine, you can send that in a pouch, something related to homeopathic medicine or something that is not readily available can be sent with the kit and can be mentioned in the medical form. Spectacles, if your kid has power, we would recommend they carry an extra pair of spectacles. Contact lenses should be avoided. Packing. The kids used to need to carry 2 backpacks. One would be a rucksack. This would be their check-in luggage where they would put all their items and check in at the airport. This should be of 60 to 70 liters, something like the one showed in the picture. I would recommend you carry either a rucksack or duffel bag with no wheels. The kids would have to carry their own bags during transfers. Along with that, they will need to carry a small knapsack or backpack, something like a tuition bag that they can carry during activities where they can add 1 or 2 items such as their sunglasses, water bottle, sunscreen, and other items when they're going for a short hike or the water-based activities. When the kids would be going for the backpacking expedition, we would be giving them a bag of our own where we would ask them to carry an extra pair of clothing with a few items, where we would be teaching them how to pack that bag, what they need to carry. So that is something we would be taking care of. But beyond that, these are the two packing related items that they need to carry from their end. As I mentioned, we are taking care of any every incidental, so no pocket money is required for meals or any other item. But for outstation participants, if you want to purchase something at the airport, uh, or if you want to purchase something from our mod store, you can carry something around 2,000 to 3,000 rupees. And if you feel you're not able to handle it, you can hand the money over to our instructor or course leader. We would be having a campus chief who would be the head of the program. You can put that money in a pouch and hand it over to him. We've already discussed this. The participants can carry camera at their own risk. For kids flying to New Delhi airport from a different city, we would request them, if they're carrying their phone, we would request them to put their phone in a pouch which would be a labeled pouch. Along with that, they can add a power bank because their phone might get discharged and they would need it for the return journey. So they can carry a power bank. Uh, in this pouch, they can also add their Aadhaar card so our team can keep their documents and their gadgets safely. And when they're returning, we can hand that pouch over to them. We also have a merch store, and in case you want to purchase any of your items, we have grouped offers where you can purchase rucksack, luggage tags, Inme t-shirts, sleeping bags, or any other items you might require. If anybody has any questions, we can take them up right now.
Yes, ma'am. This is Shania's mom. I wanted to know how many kids are there in her batch.
As of now, there are 7 kids who've registered for the program.
Okay. And ma'am, my nephew is traveling on the 19th. I think Tirthan 8. So I just wanted to know if their days are going to overlap or will they get to meet each other there?
Muskan, do you want me to take this?
So,
Hi, sorry, I'm
Yeah.
Subbu from this team. So by the time that the TR8 batch would be leaving, ma'am, so by the time that they reach the campus, they're planning to reach around probably 8 or 9 in the morning. And then by
Okay.
then, these children would have already left the campus by around 6 or 7 in the morning. So in
Oh,
case if there is a delay or something, probably they might say hi to each other, or else they pretty much won't be able.
okay. Oh, because I was told that they might overlap for a day or two.
So there is an overlap for the day. So when you look at the actual travel dates, no, so there is an overlap. But by the time the children start from Delhi, come to the campus where they are leaving, so we want to make sure that by the time that the new batch is coming, the existing batches leaving the camp and
Le-
they're going on a trek.
Okay. Okay. Fine. That's fine.
Sure.
Thank you.
any
I
other
Oh,
questions?
yeah.
I want to ask, so maximum how many students do you take in one camp?
So this is a batch that we used to run for like 60, 70 kids until previous year, man. So this year, what we have done is that we wanted to provide a better experience for the kids, like an expedition format and the water-based activity. So we started doing multiple camps like after every 3 days. So we reduced the capacity to a 20, 25 in each of the camps.
Okay, and this camp has 7 kids.
Correct. But I understand it's a small number, but currently there's already another bunch of kids who are like 9 of them. They're on the campus. They're all having a great time. Smaller groups,
Okay,
there's a lot of engagement. They work together as a team. They make like best friends for life kind of a situation. But they'll have a lot of fun. That we can guarantee.
okay, thank you.
Sure.
And another thing I want to know is, for the bus ride, will they need a thin blanket or a shawl or something to keep
Uh,
them warm?
so ideally, what we recommend is that the smaller backpack that children carry, right? So just put a warm layer in it, like a hoodie or something, which they can just
Yeah,
use it for the night journey.
that will be enough, right?
Yeah, because the blankets they would be occupy a lot of space, and in the bus it may not be really comfortable.
Oh, okay, fine. Yeah. Thank you.
Sure.
By chance, will it be those sleeping coaches or the sitting ones?
No, man, these are not the sleeper ones because you won't be able to take the Volvos kind like the sleeper ones towards the Himachal because they are like slightly bigger than the regular Volvos, so they won't be able to pass through these roads. So it's the pushback recliner seats buses, but they are quite comfortable.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. So you will take care of any like motion sickness and all of that also now because it's a long journey and
Absolutely. Yes. So when the
like the only worrisome part is the the bus journey.
understand. So this is also not like a lot of off-road or something like that. These are beautiful highways till Manali, right? But we are going like 90% of the journey is in that Manali road itself. And then after that, we take a deviation to the campus. But when the children are leaving from Delhi at around 6 o'clock, the first dinner break is around 9. And these are all straight highways and everything. But at dinner break, we generally check with the children if they need a motion sickness medication. And the good thing is also that when they're leaving from the dinner break, the rest of the journey that they're catching up the hills, the winding roads, all of it is in the middle of the night. Children are already sleeping through that journey, so they won't be able to realize it.
Okay.
Any more questions, parents?
No, we are good. Thank you.
Cool. Thank you. Going forward, in case if you have any questions, you can connect with Muskan, and the number that you are receiving all the messages, that's Muskan's number. And we'll also be sharing a departure message like 2 days before the departure date, again in the WhatsApp channel. We'll send you a couple of travel recommendations and what to pack and some details are on the travel, right? So just keep a check eye out for the channel, and we'll keep you posted with all the details.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you. You can feel free to log off.
Thank you. Thank you.